All right, YouTube, what's happening? This is your boy Crew Venom. I'm back with you guys with another YouTube video today, and today we are here with some Modern Warfare discussion. Basically, we're going to be talking about why Modern Warfare Remastered is not the same as Call of Duty 4, although the majority of people believe that it's not the same, but you still got your people out there who believe that it pretty much is the same, and the path that Modern Warfare Remastered has pretty much took since its release. So, tell me, what do you think about Modern Warfare Remastered? Because you said that you played it. So what are your thoughts on it?
Um, for me, I wouldn't say that Modern Warfare Remastered, at my start of playing it, would I have played it, as consistently and, as long as, for as much fun as I've had playing, 2, or Modern Warfare 2, really no other COD can go back to that field, to be honest, at this point. But, the thing about that is that I didn't really feel that way, but I did have a large number of hope for Modern Warfare, and I was kind of excited when the hype for it was going around, and I did really want to play it. But as time went on, Modern Warfare Remastered did things like they added supply drops, they added different guns, they added all these different you know strange, well, I wouldn't say strange, but newer sort of camos, not to that point. And it's basically come to the point where Modern Warfare Remastered is no longer a remaster and it's a remake.
I can totally understand where you're coming from, because at first I was really excited for Modern Warfare Remastered as well. I was so hyped because COD 4, even to this day, I still go back and play it, and surprisingly, I still have a lot of fun on COD 4, but it's not the same case for Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered, I got pretty bored of it quickly. I think I haven't even prestige yet, or made it to level 55, I think is the highest level. I think I'm level 51 or 52 on Modern Warfare Remastered, and I'm surprised that I even made it that far because, well, I'm not the hugest fan of Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't hate it, but to me, it's just like a boring game. Now, as far as the camos, I didn't really mind it. I felt like it would have still been a good remaster if they just wouldn't have added all the the supply drops, and they wouldn't have added all the weapons and stuff like that. But as far as the camos go, I didn't mind the camos because I actually enjoyed the camos. If that's the only thing they added, then I would have been completely fine with that. But they just went. Go ahead.
I mean, it's still kind of, as for the camos, it still kind of went along with the remaster. And, but I think that the game changed for a lot of people when they realized that Modern Warfare Remastered, started to become, what they didn't hope for. As in, getting with the hype in the first place.
Yeah, most definitely. It's weird that I'd rather play Infinite Warfare over Modern Warfare Remastered. And I know a lot of people flame Infinite Warfare, but honestly, in my honest opinion, I honestly do not think it's that bad. Now, of course, I feel like it came at the wrong time because I think people started feeling what I want to call futuristic fatigue, where you're pretty much getting tired of the futuristic shit. And I think that's partially, and I think they knew that, but it was too late. Like, they already started developing the game by the time, they started getting that hate. And I think that's why they added Modern Warfare Remastered on as well. But I kind of think that it was also an experiment to see what they can do with Modern Warfare Remastered. But see, one thing that did irritate me is how the DLC costs more now than it did back in the day, and they want to justify it by adding supply drops to buying the DLC. And that I didn't understand. Why charge more when the maps really weren't that much when they originally came out for COD 4 about 10 years ago, or 9, depends when the maps came out. But isn't that just mind-blowing?
It really is, to be honest. There's also, them, like people expecting, Modern Warfare 2 to be remastered. But then there's another smart side of this COD community that is hoping not for that, because it's not gonna be what they expect it to be, and that's kind of like we're really not gonna want an remastered if they keep doing it like this.
Exactly, because they're gonna think that it's gonna be one thing, and it's really not. Just look at Modern Warfare Remastered, for example. Do they really want that? And there was even rumors that Modern Warfare Remastered was going to, continue its life cycle over the next years, and they was going to start adding maps and weapons from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and all kind of other games, and make it to where it kind of turned into Call of Duty Online. What would be your thought about that? Me, I don't know if I would like that, honestly. Like, I honestly don't know what to say. I just don't think that would necessarily be a good idea. I mean, maybe it would be, who knows, but I don't know. What is your thought on that?
You mean for like the MW2 maps and MW3 maps kind of getting into Modern Warfare years?
Yeah, like they start adding new maps, they start adding the guns from those games, they start adding some of the kill streaks from those games and just mashing it into one.
They're probably not necessarily trying to copy Call of Duty Online, which I do, I also really like Call of Duty Online and have played it myself, but that's not what this, video is about, talking about. But, I think there's a slight chance that it could have been because of that, but I also think that because maybe they're doing it because, the whole term Modern Warfare Remastered is coming. So I guess they're thinking that it would make sense among doing that. And I'm not so sure about, maybe it'd be a little bit more worth it, I guess. A lot more maps in the game. But I also think that maybe on their part, it would be easier maybe to remaster or Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to say about that. But as far as I didn't get to play Call of Duty Online, but we'll make a separate video discussing that. But as far as the feel of Modern Warfare Remastered goes, how did you feel about it overall? Because to me, it really didn't feel like COD 4 at all. I mean, honestly, in a sense, it felt like a new game while feeling somewhat the same. It's just that, of course, the maps feel the same in a sense and all that. But as far as the movement, the gunplay, in my opinion, it just don't feel like COD 4. I don't know what it is about Call of Duty 4, and I recently went back and, played that game. I even streamed it on Twitch. I don't know what it is about that game, but it just feels different from Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't know if it's because it's like, I don't think it's because it's old gen, but the whole feel, like, I don't know what the fuck Raven and them were thinking when they decided to do this, but I think some people probably like Modern Warfare Remastered the way that it feels. So how are your thoughts on the feel on Modern Warfare Remastered versus Call of Duty 4?
Well, I think that if, they really wanted to keep the feel, that, they would have kept the bouncing in, and I think that was another part of what made COD, and I think that was important for them to realize.
Yeah, maybe they didn't realize this going forward or whatever, but I'm pretty sure maybe they have their reasons. I mean, some people say that whole thing was somewhat game breaking. Like, they say little stuff like that can be game breaking, but honestly, I don't know. I really don't think it was that bad. I don't even know why they took it out to begin with, but whatever. But anyhow, let's get on the topic of this. What about the path of Modern Warfare Remastered? The path that is going down. Now, it's already far away from Call of Duty 4. Do you think that it's going to continue to go down the path that is going on, or do you think that it will continue to get better? Do you think they're gonna add more supply drops, or add more guns, or just add more things to supply drops in general? Or do you think that maybe they'll just keep it the same? Because honestly, from here, I don't really think it could get any better. Like, I think if they just keep adding stuff from here on out, I think the only thing that's going to happen is it's just going to get worse and worse. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, basically at that point, they would kind of just be wasting their time, because if they're putting so much into a game, people aren't realizing the more it turned out to be. I think that
Man. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I wanted Modern Warfare Remastered to do good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I really wanted the game to do good. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. I just hope from here on out, I really don't want to see any more remasters. I know people are going to say, oh, you're fucking crazy or whatever. And, you know, I've seen people have debates about this online over certain YouTube videos as well. But honestly, I don't think they really do good with remastered, because first of all, Modern Warfare Remastered is a good example of not a remaster. Now, if they would have made it or called it Modern Warfare Remade, I can understand that. Now, I would still be pissed, and I probably wouldn't have bought it because, well, I don't really want a Modern Warfare Remade. Like, I want Modern Warfare Remastered. But, I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't even been all that mad, though. And to think that people would say that they want Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, even Black Ops 2, and all this stuff remastered, it's like, why? So they could take your game and add stuff to it to try to get you to spend more money because they're trying to just make more money in general. Like, I always said this, and this is a point that I will forever go by, and this is a point that I will forever stick to forever. They try to suck all the money out of the Call of Duty players, and Call of Duty is a big franchise. Don't get it twisted. People say it's dead. It's nowhere near dead because it's always on the most sold list every year. Even bad games like, well, people say Infinite Warfare is a bad game, but it was still up there on the list. I mean, it still had a whole bunch of sales for it. It just didn't have as many as it used to have. But I always say, if you please the fans and you do what the fans want, you will make more money versus trying to be money hungry, not doing what the fans want, trying to suck every single penny out of them. And I will always stand by that.
You know, working out on like those, you know, different companies that are working on each COD, sometimes it gets to a point where I guess one doesn't always get to do what they want, while another is probably getting what they want at the time for the COD. I think that it's like an argument as to agreement when like that ends up happening.
Yeah, I could see that being understandable. I don't know if they're really behind it. I don't know if Activision is behind it. I will assume Activision is behind it because honestly, I want to say that the Call of Duty developers really don't want to do that and ruin their game. But at the same time, let's really think of it. They have to sit there and make money too. If they're making all this extra money, you think they're really complaining? Yeah, they may get some backlash, but they've got to make money too. But at the same time, if they love their game that much, they probably didn't want that stuff in. But at the same time, they may not even have a choice. But, I mean, hey, I guess it happens.
Boots on the ground is like, I think it's another factor which separated more people in for Infinite Warfare was coming out, because that was another reason for people to buy it, you know, and want to play it.
Yeah, I was just excited to get to feel COD 4 again, which wasn't really the case. It's funny because if I want to play COD 4, I don't look at Modern Warfare Remastered. I be like, I'm going back on the 360 or the PS3, but I play on 360 most of the time. I'm going to go play COD 4. Fuck this Modern Warfare Remastered shit. But anyhow, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
The only problem is kind of like, you know, community on each game, and probably not going to play as many modes as you want to, as you would get to on Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah. And that's another reason why we shouldn't be doing remastered anymore. Unless you're releasing a remaster by itself, do not release two games again, because all it's going to do is divide the community. Of course, if people don't want to play the game, they're not going to. But at least, I think with Call of Duty World War II, they're not releasing a remaster. And I think that's good, because everybody can focus on that one game, and hopefully the game becomes better and it has a bigger community. Because this whole, with the newer games coming out and you don't get to play all the game mode that you want to play, this is it's kind of ridiculous if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that is, most definitely true.
But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Before we get out of here, do you have anything else that you want to discuss, or anything else that you want to say to everybody watching the video?
Well, I think that, the best way to end, these types of videos would kind of be to give a little bit of a life lesson, basically. And that would be basically, don't get overexcited for things that you want to happen and, happen. And it's not just for video games, like community, for real life as well. When you take that into consideration, I think a lot for your experience, for whatever it might come to.
Yeah, I don't get my hopes high anymore, because each time that I did that, the only thing that happened was I ended up being disappointed, and I learned my lesson from that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure most people have.
That's crazy. But that's going to do it for today's YouTube video. If you guys have anything you want to say or discuss, please leave it down in the comment section below. I will leave anything times channel in the description below. Go check out his channel. It's pretty dope. I want to thank you for coming on here and discussing Modern Warfare Remastered with me, because we're both Call of Duty fans and we had a lot of fun about it, or on it, and to see the way that it turns out now is quite sad and irritating, right?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that maybe Call of Duty will get a little bit better among the years, and hopefully, right back to where it was.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't think it can exactly ever be like that, because a whole bunch of people who used to play don't play anymore, but that doesn't mean anything. It's a new generation. The old players could stop, more new players just come in and repopulate the series as a whole, and that's how it can go as.
Community will switch up though, but I think things will be, good for going on.
Yeah, I hope so. But anyhow, if you guys did enjoy today's YouTube video, please like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on twitter.com/Norverner3, twitch.tv/Norverner3. Hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Leave down in the comment section below. Let me know your opinion on Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered. Hope that you guys have a beautiful day, and YouTube, until next time.